Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first Q&A for this week for The Walking Dead, leading up to The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14, which is called Spend. This one we're going to start off with the question, or giving my thoughts on the possible Daryl death in the finale fan theory. Okay, so I figured this was a pretty good one to lead the Q&A with. Spoiler warning if you're not caught up to episode 13. You guys know how this works at this point. I would hope so. So this one, I wanted to get my thoughts on. This was something that we were discussing in the channel. A lot of people weighed in on this one in the review. The comment was from Javier Amezcua. And what he says is about the episode 13. The horse is symbolizing Daryl's death this season. People are trying to tame him, but he won't. Daryl and Morgan will not coexist. Morgan is Rick's next right-hand man. The writers have done everything they could possibly do with this character. So I definitely wanted to give my thoughts on this because it did get quite a few thumbs up. I don't know how many at this time, but it had a lot when I looked at it in the comments when I saw that. So I wanted to give my thoughts on Javier's comment because I do think it's a great comment. He's not the only one to bring this up. I've seen a few people have messaged me about it. What do I think about the possibility? Because the thing is, Norman Reedus said to bring Kleenex for the season 5 finale. He has been working on a lot of other projects. That said, it seems like, obviously this season, he's been there for majority of the season. He's been there in most episodes. There have been some that haven't had him in them. But this half has had him in every episode, yeah. Even though he's not always at the forefront, he's always close. He's always been close for the most part. So definitely wanted to weigh in on this and how I feel kind of about this at this point, because things change as the seasons go through. So I've talked about this quite a few times in the past. I think starting with about season 2, I've made videos on this, that I don't think they should ever kill Daryl. I've made quite a few of them at this point, and I still, to this point, feel that way. I do. However, because we started episode 9 of this second half with what happened with Tyreese, I am getting a bit nervous, I'll tell you the truth, because I don't feel like the character is 100% safe anymore. The way they killed off Tyreese kind of showed us, or it showed me at least as a viewer, that really, they kind of set it up so that, yes, a lot of deaths will be telegraphed, but we'll probably get a good number here and there that just aren't, and that just kind of happen out of nowhere. And that's something that we've had happen a few times. I think of season 3, especially as that, being a type of season where you saw a lot of that, especially with T-Dog's death. Then we see the same thing with Tyreese, kind of very similar, being bitten by a zombie rather than killed by a survivor or something of the sort, right? So now, with Daryl, he breaks it down to say that they've done everything they can with him, so that probably means that his time is coming up. A lot of people said the same thing about Tyreese. So there's a lot of similarities between this theory and what a lot of people are thinking, and what happened with Tyreese, which was they did a lot with him, and it felt like they had kind of put him into a corner where I don't think they knew really what to do with him in the future, and they just felt like they pretty much had to kill him off at that point because they had so many survivors. They were going to add on so many more. You're adding on Noah, you're adding on Aaron and Eric and all the people at Alexandria. It just doesn't make sense to have extra characters like Tyreese there, so they killed him. With Daryl, I think of him as a character that should be around for the long term, meaning I tend to think he should be around for about 15 seasons or something like that. Like it should be a really long time before they kill him off. But definitely what they did with Tyreese does make me more nervous about it, and I don't feel as comfortable as I did prior with Daryl. I feel like this whole bring Kleenex thing, it's a possibility. It definitely is a possibility, and I've lost that sense of there's no way they're going to do it. I still am of the opinion that I don't think they will. I don't think they will. But I feel like I wouldn't be as surprised as I would have once been had they do it. Because he has had a lot of things happen to him throughout the series. He's had a lot of time. He's probably our second most developed character, or concentrated character. I shouldn't say developed. Second most concentrated character in the series. Aside from Rick, Daryl has had a lot of time. He's had multiple character deaths. He's had the spotlight many, many times. So I definitely see where the people who support this comment and this theory, I definitely see where they're coming from. I really hope it's not going to happen. I really hope that that's not going to, because it is a risky decision. Killing off a fan favorite character is always risky. Now, would it hurt the show if they did? That's a topic for another video. I think personally, I don't know. I mean, I think I'll save that question for another video. Definitely at first it would blow up like crazy. Everybody would be checking it out because they wouldn't be able to believe that they killed off Daryl if they did. But over the long run, he's so much fun that I don't think that they should do it, because he's a character that people do tune in every week. That said, he does bring up a good point with Morgan. He does bring up a good point that we have a lot of characters now. So our main old Survivor cast that we've been with for a couple seasons, we could definitely start to see a good number of them killed off pretty soon. At least within the season or two. Even though we just had 2 deaths, I do see this point of view. So basically, to sum it up, I'm hoping they don't do it, but I'm more nervous about it than I once was, because I really don't want to see it. I really don't want to see that. And I wouldn't quit watching the show if they killed Daryl. I wouldn't quit, but I definitely wouldn't like it as much as I currently do. It's kind of, for me, like the equivalent of killing off Rick. Maybe even worse, because we have the comic book series version of Rick, and Daryl is unique to the TV series. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about this fan theory. Let me know what you think about the kind of discussion. I wouldn't say rumors, but the things people are saying that they'll probably kill him off. I don't think so. I still doubt it. I still think it's pretty risky, and I don't think they want to take that risk. Even though, Norman Reedus is always working on lots of stuff. He was last summer. I did a video on that too, because he had other projects he's working on as well too. So those are kind of my thoughts on that. Okay, so we'll continue with the rest of the Q&A questions. This one's from That Bum Jake. He commented, he said, "Just look at the cookies, Sam." So that was a really great scene with Sam and Carol. A lot of people are really talking about that. And that was the one that they posted on the AMC channel. AMC's got their own YouTube channel, for those of you who don't know. Most of you probably know already. But they have a channel, and they posted that clip with her intimidating Sam. Really funny. So Carol's just such an awesome character. And she could be another one that could be in danger in the finale. We'll have to see what happens. But, could see it, especially with her threatening Sam. How could Peter react to that? What would happen? Yeah, so I'd say Carol's more likely than Daryl at this point. Anyway, next one. So this one was a comment from a little bit before, and this was from Aqualix, and he says, "Trev, you may not have noticed, or you may have noticed when Rick had no shirt on." This is in episode 12 at this point. Yeah, after he shaved his beard, and when he answered the door for that woman who did his hair, he had a scar near his shoulder, and it's from one of your favorite episodes, Clear, with Morgan when he was batshit crazy. Not sure if you noticed, but I did. Somebody also told me that he had bullet holes in the back of his pants from when he got shot, or at least one from when he fought against the governor in Too Far Gone. I didn't notice that either. I got to watch the episodes again once I get time and see and verify all the stuff. But that's really cool that they put that much detail. I want to put a comment about that in there in case you guys didn't know that, or you could watch it again and kind of see. It's just amazing they put that kind of detail into the show. It's pretty crazy. Next one's from CSX Blood. He says, "Since the finale is 90 minutes, do you think No Way Out could happen, or do you think it'll happen in season 6? So I'm saying that I think it's going to happen season 6. I think it could just kick off at the end of this season. However, we only have 3 episodes left. So there's only so much they can cover in 3 episodes. So there's other stuff we got to see first before that. I'm going to do a No Way Out Explained type video where I give my thoughts on what that is and my expectations for the show. I'm going to label it season 6 because I'm pretty sure we're not going to see all of No Way Out, in season 5. It's probably going to be season 6, just like the Carl thing, which I mentioned with you guys. Next one is from Shaun of Doom 98, and he says, "Hey Trev, do you think you could do a Q&A live hangout for The Walking Dead season 5 finale?" That is a great comment, man. I would really like to do that with you guys. Last time I tried it, I just had so much trouble with it, and trying to being able to see your questions in live is what I'm having a lot of trouble with. So I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to see if I can find a way. I'll do some testing in my other channel and see if I can find a way to have the Q&A in YouTube, because I don't really want it on Google+, because only so many people use Google+, and have you guys be able to ask me questions and me be able to see them right away. That's the issue. Is last time I couldn't see them, and that for me was frustrating, and I don't want to get into that, because then people click on the video. You could have, let's say there's 10 to 20,000 people to click on the video and wait for a couple minutes for nothing, and I can't delete it fast enough before they see it, because sometimes it goes out first before I can get it down. So, I got to do some testing and find out. I would love to do it, but I have to wait and see for sure. But definitely there'll be lots of videos out around the finale. I'll put out lots that day. I always do. Same as always. You guys know. You guys who have been with me for a while, you know. Next one's from Wine Dog, and he says, "Hey Trev, what are your thoughts on Norman Reedus keeping Andrew Lincoln's beard in his fridge?" What are my thoughts on it? I mean, I don't know, man. He keeps his beard in his fridge. Norman is he's a strange. Well, I don't want to say strange. He's a unique. That's a good word. There's a word. Unique individual, and really funny. So I think it's kind of awesome, to be honest with you, because what it tells me is that he's got a lot of passion for the show. He loves The Walking Dead. And that's why he does all this extra little stuff here. And I also think that also kind of provides him with a little bit of plot armor. The more he does for the show, the more he does to promote and to make the show a success, the less chances I think he has of them killing him off anytime soon. So he's pretty smart. I don't think he's doing that on purpose. I think he's just doing that because he loves it. But I think it does help for sure. Good stuff. So next one is from Gunslinger. He says, "Trev, I noticed something that no one else has noticed or mentioned yet. Just before Rick's interview with Diane, if you look, this is the one where we're talking about the bullet hole. Yeah, so Gunslinger mentioned the bullet hole in the back of the pants. So I already talked about that. We'll skip that. But yeah, it's cool if you guys didn't know about that. Next one. Hey, Trev, when do you think Ezekiel will pop in the show? And do you think his pet tiger, Shiva, will be a part of it as well? I honestly think she won't. Not as a tiger, but maybe a wolf or a dog maybe. Sheem Almighty asked this one. It's a great question. This is one that we've touched on before. We've kind of thought of it before. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. What do you think about a tiger in the show? It would be awesome if they could do it, even just for like an episode or half an episode, or even for a little bit. But it does raise some challenges. I think they can do it, and I think it probably still will be a tiger, but I don't know how they're gonna manage it. They better get some zoo people or whatever and get a really good trained tiger, because you can get some, right? You can get a good trained tiger, because they have them in Las Vegas and some of the shows and all that. Was it the Magician pair? What were their names? I can't think of the top of my head, but they had a Bengal tiger, didn't they? Whoever they, the name escapes me sometimes on the spot. I can't think of things. But yeah, so I think they'll probably still do a tiger. I mean, it would be hard, and they shouldn't do it CG. It should be real, but I don't know what the costs involved with that would be. They can afford no matter what, but it would be cool to see. However, it would be tricky to show the tiger killing zombies, because how do you have a pack of zombies attack even a trained tiger, and have it not get freaked out and start batting people left to right? So AMC, if you're going to do that, you better lawyer up. Better call Saul. You better lawyer up, because if somebody playing a zombie gets smoked by a tiger claw, it could be a problem. So Sheen may have some good points here. We'll have to see the practicality of how hard it is. I've never tried to get a tiger for work, so I don't know, how difficult it would be. So yeah, there it is. And we'll do one more question. This is from Renee Descartes, and she says, "Hey Trev, does your girlfriend like The Walking Dead?" And the answer to it is, well, yes, she does. But the zombies do scare her quite a bit. So she doesn't like it as much as I do. That's for sure. The zombies are freaky. So she does like the show, but the zombies do scare her sometimes and kind of, turn her off from it, because it is pretty scary, for an average viewer, for people that aren't. You get used to it after a while, but definitely at first it can be pretty scary. So anyway, I'll call it here for today's Q&A, guys. Don't want to go on for too long. Let me know what you thought about all of the things we talked about. Main thing with this one, main discussion is, do you think it could be possible they could kill Daryl off in the finale? I say, I mean, it's possible. A little nervous about it, but don't think they will still. More nervous about Carol. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. You guys know the usual stuff. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left, click the subscribe. You'll get these videos every day. As always, it's Trev saying peace, guys. See you soon.